Good afternoon, my Rogue Army. My name is Erin Rogoff, and I would like to welcome you all back to my BookTube channel. So today's video is going to be one of the last ones before January 2020 comes. So this has been my December 2019, January 2020 Hope to Reads, starting with The Rose Society by Marie Lu. This is a young adult fiction, dystopian fiction novel, and it is book 2 of the Young Elites series. And in that series, there is the Young Elites, the Rose Society, and the Midnight Star. And in this series, Adelina Amuteru is a survivor of the blood fever. Terran Santoro is the Lord Inquisitor guy, and Enzo Valenciano is the leader of the Dagger Society. Their lives will entwine, and the question is asked, who will come out on top in this Game of Thrones? I just had to say that. I felt like impulsive to say that. Moving on to ratings, Amazon rates the book a 4.1 out of 5 stars. Barnes & Noble rates the book a 4.3 out of 5 stars. And Goodreads rates the book a 3.9 out of 5 stars. Me? I would have to give this book a 5 out of 5 stars just because it is so good already. I'm like halfway through it right now, and I know I'll be finishing it in the new year, and I can't wait to see what happens next. And then another book that I want to read in January is Heroine by Mindy McGinnis. You might be wondering why I don't have the book in my hands. It's because it is on my Kindle, and I do not know how to insert a little caption of the book in the corner of the screen. It is a young adult fiction, contemporary fiction, realistic fiction novel, and it's a standalone. And even though it's a standalone, there are other books by Mindy McGinnis that I want to read, like Not a Drop to Drink, In a Handful of Dust, and A Madness So Discreet. And as for the summary, a car wreck sends this girl Mickey to the sidelines before softball season, striking out on her chances of playing on the field. So depressed, Mickey is prescribed painkillers, which do worse than better as she becomes addicted. And spiraling out of control, the lines blur and there's so little that she will not do for drugs. So this book, it didn't really strike home, but it's interesting just because I've known people who've been addicted to drugs in the past or who are on drugs now, and it's really sad to see because so many of these people, they're good people, but they're just like swayed by the supposable, I don't know how to say it, the delight of drugs. I don't understand the appeal because, well, I'm not even going to get into that, but anyway, Amazon rates the book a 4.8 out of 5 stars, Barnes & Noble rates the book a 5 out of 5 stars, and Goodreads rates the book a 4.2 out of 5 stars. I would like to make my own decision on this book, so my rating for the book is up in the air. And then another book I would like to read is The Cellar by Natasha Preston, yes, the Wattpad sensation. This is a young adult fiction thriller novel, and it's part of the Cellar series. And in that series, there is The Cellar and His. And the other books that I have by Natasha Preston are on my new bookshelf. And in that, where was I going with this? The other books that I have by Natasha Preston are The Cellar and The Cabin, and she has other books like on Wattpad and on Amazon.com for your Kindle, so I highly suggest you go read them too because they are amazing. And anyway, for The Cellar, in the small town of Longthorpe, nothing really happens until 16-year-old Summer Robinson is abducted by a kidnapper who then renames her Lily. Bringing her to a so-called home, Summer finds several other girls there too, all named after flowers. So what is the appeal with these flowers? Anyway, time is running out, so how can Summer break free of these vines that hold her prisoner? Amazon rates the book a 4.3 out of 5 stars, Barnes & Noble rates the book a 4.5 out of 5 stars, and Goodreads rates the book a 3.9 out of 5 stars. And what I have read of the book already, it is so good, I have no complaints about it. I would give it a 5 out of 5 stars. Hands down. No option besides that. And then another book that I want to read, but I'm also finding really hard to read, is All the Bad Apples by Moira Fowley Doyle. It is a young adult fiction, mystery, LGBTQIA whatever novel, and it's a standalone. And there are other books by Moira Fowley Doyle, hashtag Doyle, that I haven't read yet, but I really want to read, such as The Spellbook of the Lost and Found and The Accident Season. And in All the Bad Apples, there's this girl, Dina, whose mysterious sister, Mandy, goes missing, and then their parents are heartbroken, but when Dina surmises that Mandy isn't dead, she begins to get letters from Mandy herself. And the letters say that their family history isn't plagued with bad luck or bad decisions, that they're cursed. And so from one generation to the next, Dina must figure out how to stop this curse and then find her sister. And from what I've read of the book, the Catholic Church plays a huge part in it, and I kind of have like a love-hate relation, not really love, but I have like a love-hate relationship with this sort of thing, just because a lot of people who I have known say that the Catholic Church pushes their ideals on the LGBTQ community, and then the LGBTQ community does the same to the church. I'm not going to get into this. I'm not going to be politically correct about it, so no comments about that are allowed. But anyway, this book is really hard for me to read a few chapters in, and when I read the author's note at the back of the book, I kind of may have figured out everything. Well, not everything, but I figured out like the general consensus of the book in a 5-minute span. And I have reason to believe, warning for spoilers, that Mandy is actually Dina's mother. Give that a moment to settle in. Moving on to the ratings. Amazon rates the book a 4.4 out of 5 stars, and Goodreads rates the book a 4.1 out of 5 stars. The book was actually published on August 1st of 2019, so I can't actually find many ratings on this novel to begin with. So if you have any ratings, post in the comments below, because I would like to hear them. And I don't know if I will be able to finish reading this novel in the new year, just because it is so hard for me to read just because of all the triggers, and that gets complicated in itself. So anyway, that has been it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that like button to show some support. Subscribe to my BookTube channel to get more videos like this. And have a great day, everyone.